Here, it's almost dawn here. It has been a noisy night here in Tel Aviv. There's been air raid sirens, explosions, mostly intercepting incoming missiles. We actually have seen, there are no commercial flights in and out of this area, as you well know. We've seen a lot of military aircraft in the past half hour or so, at least 6 of them going by here. But this entire region is bracing for what day 2 brings. Okay, I lost. Yep.
New York, Charlie's lost.
U.S. officials tell CBS News American forces.
Yes. Tony, I don't know if you're still with me. A bit of a technical issue there, but I can tell you that Israel's state of emergency is still in effect. They're warning residents to stay off the streets, stay close to shelters. As I said, we've had multiple air raid sirens even in the past couple hours or so through the night. Schools and businesses are shut. And, you know, this is a sort of Monday for them. So schools and businesses would be in session. Israel is on edge. Not just here, but other countries across the Middle East. They're bracing for more attacks to come because, as you've seen, Iranians have tried to attack U.S. bases, very well defended in places like Al Udeid, and to end the base, in Bahrain. But this is a better idea of what we were covering yesterday.
The Israeli military announced a new wave of attacks against Iran's air defenses and ballistic missiles this morning. U.S. officials tell CBS News American forces are taking part again, too, in what the U.S. military has called Operation Epic Fury, releasing this footage showing F-35 stealth fighter jets, F-18s, cruise missiles launched from one of a dozen U.S. Navy destroyers from an undisclosed location. Intelligence and military officials tell CBS News around 40 Iranian officials were killed, along with the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in a series of strikes. Iran's military forces had already launched retaliatory strikes earlier in the day when President Trump posted a speech outlining the main objective, regime change, urging Iranian citizens to rise up.
I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
And while Iran's supreme leader may be dead, its military continues to fight on. And President Trump has vowed to keep up the intensity, too. U.S. forces are already following those orders.
Charlie Daggett for us live from Tel Aviv tonight. Charlie, thank you very much. This operation, which the Pentagon is calling Epic Fury, is also epically complex and full of risk. For more on what goes into an operation like this, let's bring in retired Admiral Mark Montgomery, who served 32 years in the Navy as a nuclear-trained surface warfare officer. He's now at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy. Also here is CBS News contributor and Marine Corps veteran Elliot Ackerman. Admiral, I'd like to begin with you. Thank you very much for joining us here. You were a strike group, carrier group planner at one point. You know more than anyone on this channel right now about what would into a strike like this. Take us through what you saw, what stood out.
You know, I thought it was a good, comprehensive first day, and you can obviously see that the #1 target here is senior leadership, both of the Iranian, the Supreme Leader, but also of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. I think what went alongside this was what's called suppression of enemy air defense, so we simultaneously would have attacked the remaining air defense systems that weren't destroyed by Israel in the 12-day war last year. And this is all a precursor for follow-on strikes over the next, I would suggest, probably 2 weeks, where we go go after the other targets that didn't need the surprise that the targeting of the Iranian leadership did. So you would clearly hit them on day one while they were loose with their security, as loose as they would be with their security, and where you could get as many as possible. And while getting the supreme leader was very important, you can also see they made some serious inroads on other IRGC leadership and military leadership.
Admiral, you've seen the response from Iran. President Trump said he expected it to be double. That might be bluster. What do you make of it?
You know, I think this is what you get in an initial response. I think we'll see more over the next few days. So there'll now be a race between us treading or destroying their ability to launch weapons at Israel and at U.S. forces stationed throughout the Middle East, and the Iranian ability to get those weapons out, cleared, and get a shot off. So I suspect the next few days worth of strikes will be heavily focused on current Iranian ballistic and cruise missiles and on their drone launch facilities to ensure that these get knocked out. But this was a decent response. I was surprised that the shot got into our NAV Center, Naval Forces Central Command headquarters in Bahrain. But also, we should assume that the adversary will be able to impose some cost on us in retaliation.
Elliot, let's bring you into this. Are you skeptical of the wisdom of this operation?
I think it all depends on the outcome. This is obviously a very complex operation. We are seeing basically, move one moving into move two of what's going to be a 40-move game. So there's a lot of risk inherent with this, as there is any time you embark upon a path of war. And I think we're just going to have to watch very closely in the days, weeks, and perhaps months ahead.
Do you believe this will be an air-only campaign, or if the goal is truly regime change, it will require boots on the ground?
I think that's an area where the Trump administration has a lot of control, and I think they've signaled very clearly that boots on the ground is a bridge too far for them. I think what this campaign is going to rely on